Welcome back to another episode of the Zero to Hero podcast, where we try to help you become the hero of your own story. It's all about success, and we want to help you get there. My name is Mike Fallat. I built a six-figure business from the ground up, and I started from zero. The way I did it was build a company that helps people tell their stories in a book. We've worked with about 130 people, and now I know a little bit about cover creation, book content, what sells, what doesn't, how to use it, and I want to share that with you. So what I've realized is that people get too stressed out over the small details. Do you really think Grant Cardone cared or gave a shit about every sentence in his first book? No. He was drowning, and all he needed was attention to grow his own brand. So it's smart for him to just get stuff out there so he can use it as a tool. And the people out there, and I work with some of them, that basically worry too much about stuff that does not matter. What does matter is you got to have a book that's a how-to or a guidebook right out of the gate. And why is that important? You need to position yourself as the credible expert in your field. When you do that, people will listen to you. And when they listen to you, that's whenever you can really help them. So if you don't feel like an expert and you don't think you're one, or if you do not want to tell the world that you're the best in the business of what you do, you're screwed. I'm sorry to tell you, but you are screwed. And the reason why is because nobody wants to buy from people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. So your first book, think about a how-to or a guidebook. Even before that, you really need to reposition yourself as a brand or a problem solver in some aspect. And that's how you're going to make your real money. Because the book is the lead generator for your business. And if your business does not solve anybody's problem, then you're going to be out of business pretty damn soon. So what you need to do is, first off, have the business in place that solves someone's problem. Then write the book that's a how-to or a guidebook on how to actually solve that person's problem. So what happens is basically they see the book and then they see your brand, they connect the dots and say, okay, this is the person that I need to go speak to. How-to or a guidebook. That's number one. Number two, think about the title of the book. Whatever you put on the cover of the book is going to be sort of synonymous with you or your brand. So you don't want to put negative shit on your cover of your book. You want to put positive, and you want to put stuff that resonates with what you're trying to accomplish. The book is a stepping stone to get you where you want to go. So if you are a real estate guy or a woman, you need to have the words real estate on there or something that's synonymous with that. Because when they see the book, they're going to see you and they're going to say, oh, that's the person that wrote the real estate book. They must know a little bit about what they're talking about, or they must be committed. Commitment, man, is that attractive in business? By having a book, it just shows you are committed. And I'm telling you right now, the reason why people don't want to buy from part-timers is because they're not committed. They might be gone the next week, going back to their corporate job and not being available. So commitment, having the book really shows something to your audience. The other part is you got to worry about the title of the book has to be simple with 3 words. Now, this is not a cookie cutter approach. It doesn't have to be 3 words, but if you can get it down to 3 words, that's more memorable. So yes, you can have it, a couple words here and there, and it could sound great. It could be 4 or 5 words. It could be. You want to shoot for 3 words. When I wrote my second book, Attractive Story Selling, it just made more sense. People can remember it easier. And that's whenever I realized how magical the 3-word calculation is on a title of a book. You don't have to stick with that. It's just a great starting point. And so colors of the cover of the book. Do not want to get too crazy with many colors. You want to have a basic outline of three prominent colors. And why is that important? Is because your brain does not want to have to think through reading something. If you have 3 or even 2 distinct colors, your brain does not have to work too hard. So if you keep it simple, you look at some of our books that we put out there, they're very clean, professional, and simple. So if you have that look, you're able to have this clean image to your brand. Now, if you have a variety of colors on there and it's a lot of thinking and you don't know what you're looking at or what you should look at, now you're confusing the reader. And the other part I want to talk about in this quick little podcast, I just want to give you a couple tips here because I know you're busy and you got a lot of shit going on. You should be working on your business rather than watching and listening to everyone, by the way. Is what you want to do is break it up into simple lessons and stories. And if you can if you can correlate a lesson with a story of who you are and what you went through and what you believe in, and that's whenever the reader can actually pick it up, summarize it, get to know, like, and trust you, put the book down and say, okay, this is the real estate person, this is the financial person, this is the motivational speaker. I'm going to follow this person online. Facebook, Instagram. I might go to this person's course and join up. I might go to the webinar or the seminar. I might want to meet this person, in person. So that's what you want to get from this book. Do not be one of those assholes who says to me, this is what people say to me all the time, I'm going to write this book and it's become a movie, guaranteed within a week. All right? If you think like that, you are going to be so disappointed. And if you're disappointed with your book, when some people think it's going to be like this very, very difficult process of writing their story, why should it be difficult? You should have fun with it. Yeah, it's a little bit of work here and there, but this should be exciting to get this book out there. And so go into this thinking the book is going to be a lead generator for your business. Do not try to say, okay, I'm going to make this book the $1 million idea. I'm going to sell this book and millions of people are going to buy it all over the world. And then it's going to become a movie. You think like that, it's sort of a failing approach. And you are kind of hurting yourself, your brand, because the way you use this book, how you use it, is actually more important than the content itself. If you build a book that's a foundational piece for many different chess moves, then you can go very, very far. Check out more on my website at DreamStartersPublishing.com. You can go to my Facebook and Instagram. I post all kinds of this stuff all the time. Take a look at it, and we'll see you in the next one.